Now it's the big moment. Let's talk to Agnes about the next update.
Ooh, the next update.
This
is very important.
I think it's a really fun show, and also, of course, we've shown so many exciting things.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm feeling quite nostalgic since this is number 10, and I have to say, I was the 7th employee, the first woman on the team, and when I see you leading Minecraft, I just feel so excited about where we're going.
Thank you. That was very sweet of you. And of course, we many that lead it together, but I'm like the creative lead, and I'm super happy about that. But it feels quite surreal because I also used to be a Minecraft player and love this game, and it's I'm very happy and lucky to be here.
Yes, I think we all feel that way, and it's so cool having so many people on the team who play and love it and care about it, and like we all feel like, I mean, we are part of the community too.
Yes, we definitely are.
And now, Agnes, you are going to reveal to us what the next update is.
Okay, this is it. Predictions in the chat. Predictions in the chat.
Update is called the Wild Update.
Huh?
The Wild Update sounds very, very intriguing. So what does it encompass?
So the word wild mainly means like two things for us. So the first thing is like
It's not the end update.
and the second thing is like really scary.
Are they updating the tree physics?
Awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some of our gameplay designers come and tell us more about specific.
I actually am kind of interested because this could mean like more wildlife, more blocks,
and we have the first
more biomes.
here, which is our deep dark expert, Brandon.
Deep dark, deep dark, deep dark, deep dark, deep dark.
So we've moved the deep dark into this update. Can you talk to us more about why?
Yes, I mean, one of the biggest things about the Deep Dark and the Warden and the Skulk is that it's just expanded, it's gotten bigger, and we really wanted to make sure that we did this right and that we didn't just rush it. That includes even unique loot inside the Deep Dark as well. And yeah, we also want to make sure that let's actually look at some of the new things that we have in it right now, which is the ancient cities.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Oh,
Ancient
wow.
cities? Oh, okay, this is cool. Looks like it's infested with some sort of parasite or something. This is cool. This is really cool. Skulk jaws, I think. A bunch of skulk everywhere. I'm starting to see skulk as kind of like this kind of parasite, like disinfecting everything. Like, and there's the Warren kind of looks like an iron golem covered in skulk with a bit of soul.
Wow, it's like both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Like I have so many emotions when I look at that deep dark biome.
Yes, I mean, we really didn't want the Deep Dark biome to just be, caves or just skulks spread around. We wanted to add a bit more mystery to it. And, there's this ancient city, and what is it doing there? We're not going to tell the players. We're just going to let them go throughout and explore and see what they come to. And there's even this
What's the loot? What's the loot?
Ancient structure in the middle of every single city, and it's got something interesting about it that you're going to have to explore in game.
It's really cool. I like it feels like a place you want to explore.
I love that it really deepens the mystery of Minecraft. Like Minecraft is all about player stories, and Deep Dark definitely inspires
It's gonna be a
storytelling.
pain to clear the wardens
That's
to
so
take
cool.
over
And so
a base like
last
that.
year, you
Yeah,
showed us
yeah,
the
that
Skulk
too.
Sensor, but I know you've been working on a little Skulk family. It's a Skulk family. Like,
The
maybe
skull
they're
cart
so
is supposed to be a
Not
thing,
so
or a skull
friendly, no.
core.
Yeah,
lots
the
of
skulk
different
looks kind of like a
skulks,
parasite,
but
don't you
since
think?
then,
Like it
we've kind of been
infested
trying to figure out
everything.
What do all the different blocks in the skulk family
Some kind of
do?
mold.
And one of them actually is something called a skull catalyst. And the main thing about the Skulk Catalyst is it's actually what causes the Skulk to spread.
Yeah,
As you can
parasite,
see
definitely
here,
parasite.
Whenever a mob dies, such as a zombie, near the Skulk Catalyst, it actually spreads Skulk underneath it. And the amount is based on how much XP that zombie would have dropped.
Yeah, this is
So,
definitely a parasite we're
The deep
dealing
dark,
with.
it's kind of
Okay, this
overgrown
update is
with
just
all
as
these
good as an
Skulk
end
blocks, so that
update.
means that
Yeah.
lots of mobs must have died there.
Quite a lot, yes.
Okay, looks like hoes are gonna be how you harvest this.
Oh,
That's
and as you
good.
can see here, when you mine some of the Skulk blocks, you actually get enchanting points.
Oh, it gives you
Yes,
XP
and
when
of
you
course, if
when you
still wanna
mine
get
it.
some of the blocks for decoration or something, you can just use a silver.
And then we have the
What is
Skulk
that?
Shrieker.
Skull
So
Shrieker.
what this is
Whoa.
it's
Whoa.
Okay.
Really scary.
It look- That looks like an alarm.
And
Like it's
it
definitely
has
some
these
sort of
darkness
alarm.
effects. It's like
It
pulsing
turns the
darkness.
world dark and they would call a warden, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That thing's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be a pain to deal with though.
And you step on a skull
Like,
that's
and you can also use that as an alarm, like base intruders.
Wow, okay, definitely not a friendly family.
No.
And I will say to our younger viewers, in a minute we're gonna show you a clip that's a little scarier. But I mean,
Warden.
Brandon, those have so many things that players can do with them. Like,
Yeah.
what do you imagine them doing?
I think the Skull Catalyst is going to be really interesting because, you know, when you could create a mob farm with through the tech community. Usually when a mob dies, it doesn't drop XP unless you, the player, actually kills it. So with this, you might be able to create some sort of XP farm.
Ooh.
There's lots of opportunities.
And you can build like
Ooh.
experiences
Like an
for
instant
other
mob
players.
grinder.
Like imagine being in like a haunted
Yeah, that
mansion or
would
in
be
a really
used
dark
as an
forest,
XP
and then you have.
Yeah, so you don't have to kill the mobs. Like it can be AFK. Can
You know, when players out walking and then they activate the shriek and hear like.
Oh, that would be
It's
cool.
amazing. Or you do that.
Yeah, 'cause, like, the
all
catalyst
around
only
the
reacts to how much
world,
XP
and
the mob has
just whenever
potentially
anyone's visiting.
to drop.
That's gonna be
Not by the
cool.
player killing it, just by
Shriekers are just
it dying.
raging. We have a community question for you.
This is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Jinjun from Germany, and my question is, what was the inspiration behind the Shrieker?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. From the art side, we actually had the inspiration behind the human larynx, which is like the vocal cord or vocal structure or something, just something that represents kind of creating sounds. And from the gameplay perspective, we wanted to make sure that, first of all, the warden spawns in a unique way, and also in a way that you can avoid.
Yeah, that's how it
So
spawns, I think.
Usually you can kind of sneak around, and as long as you don't activate the Skull Shriekers, then the warden won't come. But
Yeah.
if you do make too many noises and the Skull Shrieker activates too many times, the warden will come.
Ah. Oh, it's Warden Boy. Ooh! It just rose from the ground. Oh, there's also a new effect, darkness.
This is cool.
Yeah, like the thing rose from the ground. Definitely some sort of parasite. Yo.
I'm kind of back to thinking that the Skulk family is very adorable and sweet. After seeing that, wow, there is a lot there, Brandon.
Definitely a lot to unpack. I mean, the first thing is that the warden actually emerges underground. So that means you know that wardens are kind of in the deep dark, in the walls, under the floor. And it
They're
also
everywhere.
has developed a sense of smell. So of course you can sneak around and try to be, you know, quiet and not to get detected. But unfortunately, the warden's still going to be able to sniff you out and find where you are. And if it sniffs you while you're really close by, then it's going to start noticing you.
Wait, so basically the warden is like, smell that? It's happening, and just like going for the
Oh.
Yes.
So you can't
it's
just
not gonna be
completely
fun.
trick it with sounds.
And I love that we're adding that like sneaking
this is
gameplay. We
cool.
haven't been
Yeah.
before, so, you know, we are in the deep
It's
dark,
so cool
everything's
to make
super
that
dark,
actual
and you're sneaking, trying to
Yeah,
find
like a
treasures, trying
warden
to
trap,
avoid warden. I think
like-
there's something really exciting with
Yeah.
that.
Really, really cool. I mean, I think you have definitely upped the
Yeah.
terrifying level, Brandon.
And
I
you can
just
but
love
you could
how
also use the
much you've
skulk as kind of
expanded
like
the deep
and make the
dark
warden
too.
as kind of like a
It's
watchdog.
so immersive.
Yes, definitely.
It's really amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and scaring us half to death.
No worries. That's my job.
Yeah, he's our expert. Like, if you want to do something scary, it's like, Brenda.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Brandon.
So Agnes, the deep dark is one part. This
It also
sort
gives
of
you, like,
very
the darkness
adventurous
effect, which I
side
think is
of
really cool.
The wild update, which the name is starting to really
Mhm.
become clear after talking to Brandon. And then the other part you said is really this more of that beauty and, you know, the atmosphere of Minecraft.
Yes, so we want to like celebrate the wilderness. Of
Oh, are they gonna
Minecraft.
add like the
And one
bomb,
thing
like
we
the
want to
bombs that
focus on
lost
is
last year?
immersion. So when you play Minecraft, we really want you to feel that you're inside the Minecraft world. Actually, like we are now. So beautiful. And we also want to focus or have focused on biome diversity. So we want to find like a unique identity for different biomes. For
Oh.
example, the
Mushroom.
birch forest, as you can see in this beautiful concept art. So in the birch forest, we want it to be like light and peaceful, and the sun reaches the ground. The trees are taller, and the flowers, things like that.
It's really beautiful. It looks very Swedish in the birch forest.
That's true. That's actually very Swedish forest. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And then you have, so you want to add more atmosphere to the different biomes, but there's one
Okay, that's
biome
cool, that's cool.
that you want. I mean, I would say you're giving it quite an overhaul. It's getting a lot more in the wild update.
Yes.
Also,
And that's
biomes are getting
what-
overhauled.
Oh, our art team is just so amazing. It's such a beautiful concept art. And as you can see here, the atmosphere is really different from
those
the birch
mangroves?
forest as well.
Are those like
It
the
is.
trees
It's
that lost?
amazing. So we have another one of our gameplay designers here and our swamp expert, Corey. Welcome, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, it's absolutely wild to be here.
Oh no, Corey. The puns are so quick to start.
It's Corey after all.
Yeah, it's very on brand. So you're going to tell us about all of the, I mean, there's a lot of exciting things coming to the swamp. So what are we getting?
Yes, there are a lot of awesome things coming. The first of which is the boat with the chest in it.
Frogs? Max, dude, this is going to be maxed out. Boats with chest, oh my god. Maxed out. Max love. I'm gonna be using that so much.
It's so useful.
Same.
And relax.
Oh, chest boats.
Especially now, you know, in Kiss and Chris Part 2, we have even wider rivers, so it's easier to travel on water.
I wonder how you're gonna like make them.
Extra useful.
Like, do you
Yeah,
like
and like in the aquifers as well.
put a boat in your
Yes,
chest, like how you do with minecarts, or do you have to like
put your
put
diamonds
like
in the chest
a
and
chest
the
like
boat?
beside the
It's really
beside
amazing. And
inside
you've
like
been
the
working
crafting
on
recipe
what
for
I
a
think
boat?
now will be my favorite tree in Minecraft.
Yes, we are adding the mangrove tree to Minecraft.
More
So as
trees.
you can see here, this is a propagule, and propagules
Oh, that-
grow from mangrove
another
trees. They're actually,
seeds.
like ready to grow mini mangroves growing from the mangrove. And you can see here the mangrove tree grows propagules.
That looks like a new type of wood.
It has vines hanging down from the leaves. The propagules are.
Dude, that
actually
looks like a
growing
new type of
underneath
wood.
The leaves, they actually grow from the leaves themselves, and I really like how the propagules are looking here. And
More
okay,
food?
I'm just gonna nerd out on propagules for a
Please
minute.
do.
Okay, so in real life, the propagules grow, like I said, from the mangrove tree, and then when they fall into the water, or like let's say they fall into water, they can float for up to a year before they plant themselves in the like water underneath the water or on land wherever they happen to land. And mangrove trees themselves are actually amazing for like local ecosystems, fighting climate change, for local communities. They're just super trees, and I'm really, really excited that we're adding them to Minecraft.
That's awesome. And this is the first sapling that you can plant underwater.
Yeah, you can plant it underwater and on land as well.
That's so cool. When you first showed me the mangroves and you talked about your favorite thing, the
Amphibious
propagules, I
sapling.
actually remember playing in mangroves in Florida, and we would use them to like write in the sand because they're super cool.
That's
So
adorable.
seeing
Love
them
that.
in Minecraft is just so exciting.
Does that mean we're also getting Badlands update?
Where there's a new tree, there must be a new wood type.
Yes, the mangroves do come with a new wood type. And
Oh!
when we add a new tree, we're so happy. Like, we get so many questions from the community, like, will there be a new wood type?
Oh, that looks like jungle.
And therefore, we're so happy that we were able to add a new wood type for the mangroves.
That looks like
And look at
jungle,
this,
but
I
like
think
kind of a
it's really
bit,
pretty.
you know, more
And you
lighter.
also don't see like all the blocks.
That's
Here,
like
it's gonna be,
reddish,
like, a
orange,
full
like
set
reddish,
for the
kind
wood
of
types. It's gonna be,
orange.
like doors and trapdoors and so on.
That's gorgeous. I love it.
I'm so excited about mangroves, but I just need to mention another thing, because we decided to go with like really big roots, and I think those are so cool. And we actually prototyped quite a lot back and forth, and it was a bit tricky to decide how the roots should look like, as you see in this picture here. But now I'm so happy that we went with the like multi-block roots, because for example, when you like go with a boat and then you can go under the mangroves, and I think that adds such a nice feeling
nice.
to it. Yeah, like in this picture, it's really nice atmosphere.
That's
I-
beautiful.
I really agree. And like when I was testing, I really loved that feeling of like being underneath it, being
Yeah.
like just this huge feeling. And I wanted more. I wanted to be surrounded by mangroves.
Oh.
So I was like, why don't I just make a mangrove swamp biome where I'm completely surrounded?
So does
by
that
them?
also mean that
So as you
frogs?
can see in this video, walking around, you're just completely surrounded.
That-
in
that's a new
mangrove swamp.
block,
It's
new
just
block,
mangroves
right there,
as far
great.
as the eye can see, just like in real life. And you have all the mangroves propped up on their
Is that a new
roots,
stone
growing
type
in the
too?
water, so you
So that
can
means we're
think
getting
about
cobbled
these,
and
like Agnes likes,
tiles.
and you're just completely surrounded.
Is that new
by the
clay
awesome beauty
type?
of it.
It's so
I think we're also getting a new
Oh,
stone
and,
type made.
I mean, during sunset, every time I was testing, I would actually like pause the day-night cycle just to watch the sunset in the mangrove swamp. It was super beautiful.
This looks really
That's
cool.
absolutely gorgeous. I noticed that
Yeah,
was
and it looks like we're getting a new stone
Red
type
iron.
as well.
That was wet dirt, otherwise known as mud.
Ooh, mud.
That's amazing. So you've actually added mud to do something really cool.
Yeah, so we're adding really cool renewability mechanics to mud. The first of which is if you take a dirt block and pour a water bottle on it, then you can get more mud. And then the other one is if you take your mud block and you stick it on top of the dripstone, it will sort of like drip the water out of the mud and eventually dry it out, which turns into clay.
I love
Infinite
the
clay,
renewable
practically.
Like, I always need more bricks. So perfect.
Yeah, your local mason isn't going to be super happy with you though.
That's actually true. I have this one mason, it's diamond tier mason in my village, and I always trade with them.
You're taking a
I
villager's
know,
job.
they might be a bit upset now, but still renewable clay.
Yeah. It's
Does that mean we're getting a
really
mud
cool. And you're
mud
also
bucket?
using mud to make a new block.
Yes, we're also adding mud bricks. So mud bricks are really,
Oh,
really
that looks
exciting,
cool.
like building block. And as you can see here, the brick texture is actually different than the other stone bricks that we have in the game.
Okay,
So they're sort of smaller, more compact, but it is really cool. Like
I'm gonna be
with-
building with
matches
that.
A lot of different block sets.
Oh, and that's the
I'm really
mangrove
excited.
door right there.
I just love the look of them. They're awesome. So beautiful.
Oh my god.
We have a creator.
This is one of the best updates that I could have asked for.
どうもコパニーチェプチプチです。私からの質問はね、こちらになります。どうして泥レンガを追加することにしたのでしょう
The
か
question is, how are we?
I'm so excited they asked this question because I really wanted to answer it. So the main reason
Are we able
that
to
I wanted
smelt
to add
mud?
bricks to the game
Hmm.
is that I really wanted people to feel like they're okay. All around the world, there are houses built out of mud bricks. So many people around the world have houses, buildings using mud bricks, and I really wanted people who are playing Minecraft to feel like they could build their home and feel like they're at home in Minecraft. So I'm really glad we got to add them for that reason.
Amazing.
Yes, and it's so important for us that like everyone feels equally welcome when playing Minecraft.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Now, so we have like amazing new trees. We have mud everywhere. We definitely
Good.
need something very cute.
Yes, well, very cute
Frog.
and quite derpy because we're adding frogs.
Yo. I'm gonna take one as a pet. Please tell me you can tame him. Looks like you can also get drip leaps there, or that just might be,
Yeah.
or that just might be like aesthetic change. The new swamp looks good.
They are cute and derpy. That's the perfect description of them. The croaking is amazing.
And did you see the one that jumped like backwards?
One fell in the water.
Silly frogs. Yes. And they do love to jump around, and especially on lily pads, and actually also on big drip leaf, because I mean the big drip leaves kind of look like lily pads. But the funny thing with that is then when they jump on top of the big drip leaves, it's gonna tilt and then they pop out.
One of them.
So
did
some
it.
sort of you can probably use a farm with
Maybe it's
frogs
like
because
frog slide.
if you use an observer, then also use like a drip leaf. When the frog
And
jumps
you're adding
down,
another little-
the observer will
little
trigger,
tiny creature
and that could
to this
do some
update.
kind of farm.
Yes, the fireflies. So you can see them roaming
And they
around,
jump
adding
on
a
the
lot of
drip leaf,
ambience
seeing
to
the
the
frogs
swamp,
fall off them.
making it feel
Like,
just
and
nice
take
and
it.
cozy at night.
Yeah,
It's really
it could also be used as redstone
further, just
contraptions.
making the world
Fireflies
feel
look good
light,
though.
feeling like there's light
Like that could
all
also be like a
around
light
you.
source. You can probably make like
Oh,
jars
yeah,
with
also
with
they're
fireflies.
frog food. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. They're frog food.
Poor fireflies.
Yeah, but look how happy that frog is.
Yeah, and they're
That's true.
beautiful frog food, so you can both enjoy them in the atmosphere.
Okay,
and
so
cross
what are we
food.
missing?
So
We're
that's-
missing the
Yeah, anyways.
So we're getting the swamp
Now-
update, so that's checked.
We're calling them
Badlands?
fireflies, but Corey, is that what you called them growing up?
Actually, no. we call them
Badlands,
lightning bugs.
I did too.
Savannah,
And
and
in
desert.
Swedish it-
Those are the three
It's
bombs we're
Elfsugor,
missing from
and that's
the
actually
announce.
literally translates to fireflies.
Okay. it's very interesting. It became like a lot of people talking about what you called it growing up. But we're really excited to have fireflies or lightning bugs in the game. I want to know more about baby frogs.
Yes, so all baby mobs in Minecraft are just like tiny versions of the grown-ups, but with frogs we're actually adding tadpoles.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Cute.
Cool. Like the first, like, I like the concept they're going
Once
with
again,
that.
you deliver on the promise of cute and derpy with the
We
tadpoles.
do.
Yes, and you can pick them up in a bucket.
Yes,
the
and that's
tadpoles
actually
don't
extra
bite in it.
helpful for the tadpoles.
Tadpole in a bucket. What will they
We
do?
have frog variants, and when a tadpole grows
Oh,
up,
variants.
we'll pick a variant depending on the temperature in the biome it grows up in. So, for example, if it grows up in a really cold place, it's going to turn into a snowy frog. Yeah, as you can see here. So, the frogs have kind of like two main systems. One is the tadpole system, and the other one is the cold-blooded system. So frogs are like the first cold-blooded animal in Minecraft. And in real life, there actually are frog variants that pick a color.
Good job. I love this update.
Depending on, or they adapt their color depending on temperature. And we wanted to
There-
have that in
there
Minecraft.
is
We
problems
wanted
I
to
could see.
Minecraftify it.
Just a
So
bit.
therefore, the tadpole.
So does that mean the end will still stay the same plain old biome?
Temperature.
That's so cool. And
Wait.
there are three variants.
Yes, it's gonna be three
Okay,
variants.
so we've seen two. What's the third one?
The third one is the tropical frog. So let's say you were
Oh, so three of
venturing
them.
out into the desert or the jungle, and you take your tadpole with you, and if it grows up there, it'll turn into a lovely tropical frog. And what I
can
really
kind of
love
use
about the
that
tropical
as
frog is how
statues.
just relaxed they look, and they're like blending into the sand almost. They're just so relaxed.
Does that mean we're gonna get tadpole eggs and like a tadpole spawn egg
I
and a
think
frog
there's
spawn
a
egg?
reason that they were
Yes,
probably that way.
there is a reason that they are white. So, like,
That's
I
a
was
good
reading
question.
a lot about frogs. Oh,
Yeah,
that's something you really
Because we're definitely gonna get like a
find
tadpole in a
really
bucket as an
interesting.
item, but
And then I learned
since
about
these are
the
technically
real-life frog
two
that
different
was
entities, are we gonna
from
get
tree frog
tadpole
and
spawn
we
egg
found
and
in
frog spawn
Angola,
egg?
Botswana, in Kenya. And that frog can actually turn almost white to avoid overheating.
It looks like a
That's
statue of a frog, you know, that you can put like outside in a
I
fountain.
love all three of them. And you didn't, so you have these different color variations, but you also have something else special about the frogs.
Yes, so each frog variant's gonna have something unique that will be useful for the players. But we actually don't even know what that is yet because we are working on the frogs right now.
I kind of was hoping they'd mention it.
Which frog is your favorite?
I can exploit
Gotta be
frogs
silly
for
frog.
prop.
It looks so cozy.
I
Ooh,
can
I'm
exploit frogs for
tropical frog.
profit.
I'm very interested to see which one the community
go on.
loves the most.
I just
Or
gonna
I
love
mean,
them all.
all of them. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for joining us, Corey, and taking us into a deep dive of all really cool swamp things.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Ooh,
Thank you, Corey.
that was only the
Thank you.
Get on
swamp.
out of here.
Bye,
So
Corey.
many
What
points.
other biomes are there?
I like
Well, because the swamp was an original,
This
like,
is
was one of the bombs that didn't get
quite
added
an
in. So
awesome
we
update,
still
and I
have
really
desert,
see
savannah,
for the
and
wild update.
what was
You
it?
get a bit of
Badlands.
everything in it.
Yes, and I love the contrast. Yeah, as you can see in this pretty concept art, it's really like that beautiful nature and the super
looks so
terrifying
nice.
deep
It
dark.
does.
I love that contrast. between these
Like
two
the
things.
city looks like so ominous
Absolutely
too.
Amazing. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show, and